Hi, I'm Peggy Severa. I'm the Director of Development for Guide Dogs of Texas. Guide Dogs of Texas is the only guide dog nonprofit located in Texas. There are about 670,000 Texans who have vision loss, and I was truly amazed by that number when I learned it when I came to work here. And we have actually provided, since 1989, about over 250,000 days of guided sight. And what that guided sight means is that they are able to actually reconnect with their community. Giving someone a guide dog is like giving someone a piece of medical equipment like a wheelchair or something. It allows them to independently move and get from point A to point B on their own. About 25% of our guide dog users actually got their jobs back, started working again once they got their guide dogs. As a guide dog school are that we actually provide our clients with training in their location. We measure number of days of guided sight given versus like the number of dogs put out. And the reason is because you can put out hundreds of guide dogs, but if they're not working, if they're not successful, if they're not being used, it's not a successful investment. Which lends to our success rate of we have a 100% graduation rate, and then we have a 90% 5-year retention rate. That's compared to an average of a 50% graduation, national average of 50% graduation rate and less than 50% retention rate from other schools. We actually get the calls from people who are losing their vision. We are a big resource for them, and we try to get them to go and get their orientation and mobility training. We actually go to their homes and talk to them and work for them and their family. We actually are part of the International Guide Dog Federation breeding program. So we actually do breed our guide dogs and start their training from the time they're born. They actually start being handled by our volunteers, our nursery volunteers, every 2 to 3 hours. Typically, by like this litter, they actually knew how, they were already potty trained and knew the sit command before they left at 8 weeks. They're evaluated again for confidence, all those kinds of things. And then they're matched based on their personality with a puppy raiser so that they can, again, be super confident about navigating our world. And these puppy raisers then at the end turn them over and they go to the next step, which is they go to a guide dog mobility instructor, and they are the ones that get them, they go into what's called advanced training, and they go into advanced training for 6 months. And what they're doing is they look at our list of, which is long, of applicants, and they are looking for those people who match those traits of those puppies of what they need. And so they are perfectly matched. So our guide dog mobility instructors then train not only the dog, but are training the clients along with them. That's why we have a 100% graduation rate. And it's just that magical moment. And then they work with them a little bit. We take them back and tweak them as they grow. And then they actually graduate together because it is a partnership.
It's rainy. They haven't been able to free my head a few days.
We take care of all veterinarian care, obviously from the breeding, the puppies, everything. So we have all of that care, as well as when they are in guide dogs, our guide dog mobility instructors are constantly checking in to make sure there are no medical issues, because you can imagine they're working animals. So to make sure their paws are okay, that everything medically is fine, we are constantly checking in every 6 months with every single client throughout Texas. To actually be able to give so much to someone who has lost their vision, it's really, truly amazing. And as Gail, who I talked about before, always says, she hates it when I use the word disability. She never calls herself disabled because she has her guide dog, and so she is able to do anything.